over Q reconstruction by height. So let's take a moment to understand what this question is asking. We're given a list of these pairs, which are height and then the number of people in front of this person who have a height greater than or equal to the number in the first position. And basically this is not a correct ordering, and we need to do some manipulations on this array to make it the correct order. So why is this the correct order? Well, 5, 0, the 0 tells us there's no one in front of us that's taller than 5, which is true. 7, 0, no one in front of us is greater than or equal to 7. That's also true. 5, 2, this is interesting because, well, it says that there are two people in front of me with height greater than or equal to 5, and that's true. 6, 1, well, there's a 7 in front of me, and that's the only person greater than me, which is why it's 1. 4, 4, who is the shortest person in this list, well, there's 4 people in front of me, that lines up. And finally, 7, 1, there is one other 7 in front of me, and that's why this position is correct. Now let's build some intuition around how to solve this problem. If we start with the tallest people first, and put them in their correct relative position, and then we do the same thing for the next tallest people, eventually we'll get to the right answer. So how does this work? Say we're looking at 7, 0 and 7, 1. 7, 0 obviously needs to come first, because this is saying that there is no one in front of me with a height greater than or equal to 7. 7, 1 is saying, okay, there's one person in front of me that has a height greater than or equal to 7. Then the next tallest person is 6, 1. Can 6, 1 be the first person? No, because it says that there's one person in front of 6, 1 with a height greater than or equal to 6. So that means 6, 1 must go here. Now let's look at 5, 2 and 5, 0. So 5, 0 must be in the first position because there's no one in front of it with a height greater than or equal to 5. So we'll put 5, 0 here. And 5, 2 says that there's two people in front of it with a height greater than or equal to 5. So then we'll put 5, 2 here. And finally we have 4, 4, and there's only one position that I can go because there must be 4 people in front of it. And notice that by going in descending order, we're guaranteeing that everyone in front of the position that we're inserting into has a height greater than the current height that we're working on. So 4, 4 must go here. And by looking at this, we see our final answer, 5, 0, 7, 0, 5, 2, 6, 1, 4, 4, 7, 1. So now let's take a look at how the code looks. The code is pretty straightforward. The key point here is the sort, where we sort by tallest height first, and then the number of people in front of the person with the height greater than or equal to their current height. So we need this negative value because Python by default sorts in ascending order. So to get this descending order, we can use a negative sign here. And then the second element, we want this sorted in regular ascending order. So for each of these people in the sorted list, we're going to take the element at index 1, which tells us the number of people in front of us, and we are going to essentially slice the original list that we're working on, insert the element, and then put on the rest of the list. So that's a little bit confusing. Let's walk through this case here. So we start with the empty list. Now, because k is going to be 0, this is going to return an empty list, this is going to return an empty list, and we simply append 7, 0. For 7, 1, k is equal to 1 now. So this is going to return 7, 0. This is going to return the empty list, and that's how we end up with 7, 0, 7, 1. For 6, 1, so output up to index 1 is just 7, 0. And then we take the rest of the list. So if we combine these three parts together, that's how we end up with this. And we can carry out that exercise for the rest of the iterations, and that's how we end up with the final answer here. So the runtime, we need an n log n to sort the list, but this is going to be where most of the time is. We have one loop over O of n, and then we have the list slicing operations which are also O of n. So in total this is O of n squared plus O of n log n for the sort, so the answer should be O of n squared. And we can submit the answer, and we see that it is accepted. Thanks for watching.